Oui. Pourquoi? Oui, oui, je suis en live. C'est normal si t'entends le son, hein, si jamais. Pourquoi? Je vais mettre le truc parce que les gens vont pas comprendre, voilà. Les gens vont pas comprendre, sinon pourquoi je dis ça? Oui, je suis en live. Oui, le son du micro doit être bon. Voilà, donc je voulais partager ça. J'étais en train de regarder la mise à jour et ce qui s'était passé et tout, et j'ai eu ça sur la bannière perma. Voilà. Donc c'est pour ça qu'on a commencé avec le son du jeu. Mais pourquoi cette réaction? Pourquoi? C'est parce qu'il y avait le son? Alors moi, bien entendu, si vous me connaissez, vous savez que je veux recevoir ma bénédiction de Dan Heng. Voilà. Alors sauf si c'est un personnage 5 étoiles gratuit auquel cas je veux bien Sunday. Ah, il y a ça, c'est chouette. On va aller faire un peu tout ça après. Juste avant, je voulais faire... Ah, ça c'est chouette. On va attendre. Ah bon? Ah d'accord. Ah oui, mais c'est... En fait, souvent en début de... En début de stream, notamment quand t'es dessus, ça met un petit peu de temps à s'organiser, à se mettre quoi. Donc ça on verra plus tard. Voilà, je sais juste pas si je choisis entre Mei et Himeko. Après tu vas me dire Mei, elle est forte, donc... Ou si je faisais Himeko, peut-être parce que je l'ai pas. À voir. Là en gros c'est la mise à jour anniversaire du jeu, hein. C'est pour ça qu'il y a autant de trucs, autant de... Je vais faire des vœux, juste je récupère d'abord un peu tout... c'est chouette ça. Il est où Dan Heng? Là. Ah mais c'est du 4 étoiles. Qu'est-ce que je m'en fous? Ok. Genre là, ou là c'est trop. En plus c'est bien que tu me dises ça parce que... le son des vœux va être tout aussi fort. Donc c'est bien que tu me dises de baisser quoi. Savoir si le son des vœux ça va ou pas. Tu me dis si je baisse encore, hein. Encore un peu, pas de soucis. J'ai qu'à mettre là. Parce que là c'est trop peu. J'ai l'impression que c'est trop peu, non? Attends. Attends, je vais faire autrement. Attends. Voilà. Est-ce que là ça va? Je monte un petit peu peut-être, non? Oh. De mon côté c'est pas mal. Tu me dis si je monte ou pas. Bon, super, merci. Pour la rediff, si jamais, donc il va y avoir deux parties de vidéo. Il va y avoir une partie vidéo full et une partie juste le jeu. Donc en fait, c'est que je vais poster la rediff. Mais d'abord, il y aura la rediff des poules. Et après, il y aura la rediff du stream. Voilà. Mais la rediff du stream comprendra aussi les poules. Vous avez compris? C'est juste que sur la rediff des poules, bah, il y aura le compte. Donc si jamais vous regardez cette rediff là et que vous voulez voir les poules et que vous voulez surtout voir où j'en suis au niveau de la PT, il faut aller voir l'autre vidéo sur YouTube. Voilà. En rediff. Donc je vais déjà regarder où j'en suis de la rediff. De la rediff, qu'est-ce que je raconte? Qu'est-ce que je raconte? De la PT. Autant? J'en étais à autant? Mais non. Aventurine? Ah, attends, il y a un truc qui va pas là. C'était pas Aventurine, mes derniers vœux, si. Bon, faut croire que peut-être que si, alors peut-être que les vœux vont être vachement courts. On va voir. En vrai, si les vœux sont super courts, je ferai pas de vidéo à part. Si j'ai le personnage rapidement. Et en vrai... ouais, on va voir. On va voir. Ok, bon bah je vais faire des vœux, écoute. Hein. Je vais faire des vœux, donc bienvenue dans la vidéo des vœux si jamais... si jamais vous êtes sur la vidéo des vœux. Donc, des petits vœux sur Jiaoqiu. Je suis précisément à... Je vais vous dire combien de PT. De toute façon, si jamais j'ai une vidéo, c'est affiché en bas de l'écran. Je suis précisément à 11 x 5, ça fait 55, 6, 7, 8, 58 de PT. 59 techniquement, 58, oui. Oui, je suis à... Ouais. Ouais, voilà. Vous avez compris. Du coup, bah, sans plus attendre, c'est parti. Est-ce que... c'est bon le son du jeu là ou pas? Ou tu me dis je baisse encore? Peut-être que là c'est trop peu. Ouais, 10 c'est pas mal. Bon bah ça drop déjà. La question étant de savoir est-ce que je vais gagner mon 50-50 ou pas. Et non. Et non, et non, et non. Bon après, c'est Jeopard, donc je ne suis pas mécontent. Voilà. Je ne suis pas mécontent. Bah écoute. Waouh, quelle chance aujourd'hui, dis donc. Parce qu'en plus, bah, juste avant, j'ai obtenu... bah le... Ah, ça c'est pas encore mis. J'ai obtenu le cône de lumière de Walt. Bon bah du coup, continuons. En espérant dépenser pas trop de... Jade, ouais je sais, les sons du poulet est vachement fort. Allez, ça on va passer. Encore 10 petits vœux. Donc là on est genre à presque 32 petits normalement. Natacha. Ah, j'espère qu'il ne va pas m'utiliser tous mes précieux vœux. Tous mes précieux vœux. Ah, un nouveau code 4 étoiles, ça c'est pas mal. Allez. Drop. Please, drop. Non, ça c'est encore 4 étoiles il me semble. Ouais. J'ai peur de passer et de me rendre compte que c'est du 5 étoiles. Est-ce que ça sent? Je sais plus reconnaître. Je sais plus reconnaître la différence entre les 4 étoiles. Allez, bon, pour te faire pardonner, tu peux me faire un petit back-to-back. Voilà. Tu as le droit de me faire un petit back-to-back. Bon, ça fera une petite vidéo, mais je pense que je posterai quand même une vidéo à part. C'est toujours chouette d'avoir une petite vidéo des poules. Une petite vidéo vœux. On fait des petits vœux. Allez. Je pense que là, le back-to-back, ça marche. Hé hé. Wouhou. Et encore un petit vœu, peut-être en back-to-back. Non mais on sait jamais. Voilà, ça coûtait rien de faire un vœu de plus. Qu'est-ce que c'est qu'un vœu de plus au final, hein? Voilà. Ah mais je peux... Oh. Alors on va aller grappiller quelques vœux. On va l'en faire sur la perma. Je vais passer cela par contre. Hein. Hop. Parce qu'en plus je viens d'avoir le code de lumière de Welt. Hop. Est-ce que j'ai quelque chose de particulier à récupérer? Non. Je vais aller faire ça. Si, il faut que je fasse quelque chose. Je vais dans la boutique et nous allons choisir. Et je ne sais pas qui je choisis. Ou Roi de Mei ou Himeko. Allez, Roi de Mei. Voilà. Bon du coup, pour la vidéo rediff des vœux, on va se laisser ici. Merci d'avoir regardé cette vidéo, bien que certainement très courte. Hein, je pense pas qu'elle soit bien longue. N'hésitez pas à me dire en commentaire si vous préférez ce style de vidéo avec où je parle un peu, on fait les vœux en direct ensemble, ou si vous préférez le type de vidéo pool en off-cam avec vraiment aucun son, juste le compteur de pitié, etc. Voilà, n'hésitez pas à me dire quel format vous préférez, sachant que là, bon, le truc c'est que j'ai pas pu beaucoup commenter puisque on a eu le 5 étoiles très vite, voilà. Mais bah écoute, 3 minutes de vidéo, bah c'est 3 minutes de vidéo. C'est très bien, 3 minutes de vidéo. Et après des fois, il n'y a pas besoin que ça fasse 36 ans non plus. Hein. Et puis bon, j'ai obtenu le 5 étoiles super rapidement, au tout début. Donc forcément, il n'y a plus de suspense quoi. 15 secondes de vidéo, ça y est, la vidéo elle est finie quoi. Bref, n'hésitez pas à me dire ça en commentaire. YouTube, je vous laisse. On se fait de gros bisous et on se voit très bientôt. Et bah, bonne nuit, je les coucou, écoute. Enfin, je pense que tu vas pas dormir de suite. Mais voilà. Écoute, je sais, j'aime bien faire des vidéos pool et puis comme ça, je la monte un petit peu. Je mets le compteur en bas, tout ça, voilà. Et puis là, au moins, ce sera rapide. Je mettrai pas trop de temps à la monter. bisous. Bonne soirée, bonne nuit. Alors, donc reprenons la vidéo normale. Ça c'est quoi? Ah, ça c'est super stylé. J'ai eu ça quand j'ai démarré le jeu. J'étais en mode waouh, trop stylé. Et en vrai, ce genre de truc, je peux très bien le prendre en capture d'écran et m'en servir de miniature. Le rapproche de l'homme. Allez, on va activer la E.
Can life's past moments truly be restored to what they once were?
De Roi May. La E3.
The Silver Main Guard stand ready to defend Bellabog.
Il n'y a pas que Bellabog que tu dois défendre, je parle. Il n'y a pas que de Bellabog.
Everyone needs some time alone. Everyone needs some time alone.
Ah oui, je l'ai obtenu lui aussi, du coup. On va peut-être pas l'augmenter aujourd'hui. Hein.
Still not
Je ferai
spicy
peut-être ça
enough.
en
Keep turning up the heat.
hors cam. On verra bien. Alors, je voudrais bien, mais... Enfin... Je dis pas non, mais ça, qu'est-ce que c'est? Ah! Donc j'ai 14 jours pour l'utiliser. Très bien, parfait, je vais utiliser ça. Oui, oui, utilise. Merci. Ah mais c'est génial ça. Et ça par contre je peux faire aussi.
Still not spicy enough. Keep turning up the
Ok,
heat.
c'est génial ça. J'adore. Hein. Allez, petite collecte rapide. Si le truc est... Mais c'est génial. Je vais faire ça plus souvent. Quand j'ai besoin d'augmenter des persos. J'ai même pas besoin de faire les... Waouh.
Still not spicy enough. Keep turning up the heat.
Génial. Mais j'adore en plus le système d'autosynthèse. Que c'est génial, mais j'adore. Waouh. Mais c'est waouh. Je suis en
Still not
kiff.
spicy
Je
enough.
sais pas depuis quand
Keep
ils ont
turning
ça,
up the heat.
Castorice, mais vraiment,
A familiar sense of security.
vraiment.
It burns from the inside out.
Waouh. Et là en 3 secondes j'ai pu augmenter mon personnage. Mais c'est super ça. Depuis quand j'ai ce cône de lumière? Lui j'étais au courant, lui non. Est-ce que là c'est pareil ou pas? Non mais c'est toujours jamais. Je vais en profiter pour l'augmenter, augmenter l'autre aussi. Et je verrai à qui ils vont. Hop. Bon voilà, j'ai fait des poules sur Jiaoqiu parce que j'ai vu que bah, c'était genre un personnage qu'il fallait pour support Astarium. Astarium. Le lapsus révélateur. Support Acquéron. Pardon. Wow, mais j'ai 2 trucs de l'érudition et j'ai absolument personne qui le porte. Et j'ai un truc de l'abondance et personne ne l'a. À quoi je joue? Attends, non mais c'est pas possible, ils nous ont donné des cônes de lumière, c'est pas possible, je les ai jamais obtenus ceux-là. C'est quoi que je rêve? Bon bah j'en ai du travail, hein. Et même là, ça fait de l'autosynthèse, mais c'est génial. Oh, ils ont tout compris. Ils ont tout compris. Ah, mais ça, c'est vraiment, mais incroyable. Oh, mais que c'est génial. Mais j'adore. Ok. Toi, je vais te monter. Je pourrais en profiter pour monter tous les cônes de lumière à y être. Hein. Après, on fait la quête. Voilà, parce que j'ai vu des trucs sur TikTok. J'ai très envie de faire la quête de suite. Là. Bon, après, ça marche aussi parce que j'en avais déjà d'avance du coup. Ah, l'arme des rêves. Ouais, en vrai, on les utilise, non? J'aimerais bien avoir les larmes des rêves. Non, ça va, ça sert juste à ça, donc je peux l'utiliser juste pour ça, quoi. Ok, je voulais juste être sûr que ça servait pas à autre chose. Que j'utilisais pas pour n'importe quoi. Oh mais non, mais ça c'est génial. Je peux faire ça, mais again and again and again and again. Waouh. Waouh. Juste waouh. Je vais d'abord monter l'abondance parce que les rééditions, j'en ai pas besoin de suite. J'ai pas beaucoup de perso érudition, si ce n'est dire en vrai pas du tout de perso érudition. Mais ça, mais l'utilisation de ce billet, mais c'est génial. Waouh. Le jeu il fait tout à ta place. C'est trop bien. Il n'y a plus de son. Attends. Si, il y a toujours le son, pardon, mais... Non, c'est bon. Je sais pas, j'ai entendu un bruit vachement sourd et d'un coup il y avait plus de son. Enfin... Genre j'avais l'impression d'avoir même, tu vois, perdu l'ouïe sur l'oreille droite. Trop bizarre. Mais non, c'est bon, j'entends bien le son. Alors moins fort, certes. Est-ce que c'est bon au niveau du stream? Ah oui, mais si je réactive pas le son du site. Ouais, non, c'est bon. Hein. Je sais pas, trop chelou. Vraiment super bizarre. Écoute. Ah, ça c'est vraiment mais incroyable. Incroyable. J'adore. Vraiment, ils sont très intelligents d'avoir fait ça. Hein. Ça te donne envie aux gens de revenir. Hein. Parce que là, tout paraît facile et tout. Alors, ça n'est pas aussi facile d'habitude. C'est juste parce que je reviens. Bon, je finirai de le monter plus tard. Mais j'ai déjà pu monter tout ça. Mais ça, c'est génial. J'ai quand même un peu mal à l'oreille. Enfin, pas mal à l'oreille, mais... Je sais pas, c'est chelou. Il y a un truc chelou. Bon, écoute, non, mais après, quand j'enlève le casque, ça va. C'est mon imagination. Oh, waouh. Y'a pas à gagner ce niveau, donc.
Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams of
Living?
little
That's all a big hustle and bustle. But life,
Oh mais ça c'est nul, c'est juste le truc qui te dit... Ah si. Ah d'accord, ça c'est quand même bien. Ça te dit quand même qu'elle... Ok. Ça c'est bien. C'est chouette que ça te dise ça, franchement. Alors... J'essaie d'obtenir ça. Ah. Ah bah peut-être que je ferai l'univers simulé, tiens. On verra. Enfin, en hors cam, mais... Alors... Je voulais faire la quête. Ça doit être celle-ci, hein. On va consulter le résumé de l'histoire. Je sais pas si je le lis ou pas, je sais pas quelle longueur il fait le texte. On va essayer. Alors que tout le monde attendait le retour du demi-dieu de l'épreuve du conflit, un événement inattendu s'est produit. L'équipe pionnière a suivi Mayday dans l'épreuve pour sauver Fainon, qui était pris au piège. Mais, à peine ont-ils eu le temps de souffler qu'un nouveau problème se présente à eux. Mayday est censé assumer la responsabilité du conflit, mais les Acrocopiens refusent catégoriquement de laisser la flamme divine entre les mains de leurs rivaux Okémiens. Pour mieux comprendre la situation, Mayday décide de demander le conseil à son maître Cratère, un vétéran d'Acrocopis. Cependant, leur échange se solde par une dispute et ils se quittent en mauvais termes. Pendant ce temps, Trian et Castorice sont envoyés au bosquet de l'Épiphanie en tant qu'émissaires diplomates d'Okema. À leur arrivée, elles découvrent avec surprise que la marée noire a frappé. Elles combattent un mystérieux épéiste et parviennent finalement à sauver Anaxa et la flamme divine qu'il porte. Sur le chemin du retour, l'ancien général d'Acrocopis, Cratère, est arrêté à Okema pour avoir enlevé Trinon et s'être introduit dans une zone interdite. Après l'intervention de Mayday, Tribi et ses sœurs acceptent de révéler leurs souvenirs pour aider à la réconciliation entre Acrocopiens et Okémiens. Contre toute attente, alors que Tribi et ses sœurs s'apprêtent à se rendre visite au titan du temps, Oronix, pour reconstituer leurs souvenirs, vous vous retrouvez de nouveau face au mystérieux épéiste. Tribi se sacrifie et périt aux côtés du titan pour protéger ses compagnons. Afin de récupérer la flamme divine, le groupe met au point un plan pour capturer l'épéiste. Je croyais que c'était Trian qui était morte. Le plan connaît plusieurs revers, mais Mayday fait son retour en tant que demi-dieu du conflit pour aider ses compagnons à récupérer la flamme divine. Peu après, il parvient à convaincre son peuple d'abandonner ses préjugés à l'égard de ses anciens rivaux. Correction, il ne parvient pas, il oblige son peuple à être convaincu. Il n'aura pas laissé le choix. Après avoir fait ses adieux, il retourne dans sa patrie et rejoint le front pour combattre la marée noire. À Okema, des funérailles sont organisées en longueur de Triane, oui voilà, qui a épuisé son pouvoir divin et s'est transformé en une poupée. Après avoir porté les dernières volontés de Triane, le groupe décide de poursuivre la chasse aux flammes. Allons-y. Vraiment, j'ai vu des trucs qui me
All
plaisaient
this
pas
free
sur
time, why not make the most of it with a
TikTok,
game?
donc j'ai très hâte d'en savoir plus parce que là, je crois qu'il y a du drama. Non, je vais pas activer ça, on s'en fiche.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
Non, le son a l'air ok.
I thought you'd
Je
be
sais pas
too
ce que vous en pensez.
preoccupied
Ah,
to
je
find
parle en même
time
temps
for
que Castorice.
reading.
Non, le son m'a l'air bon.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling
Je te
everyday
jure, tu
mundane
es plus vite ok,
tasks.
mais tu comprends moins ce genre.
Anything.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of Anusphorus. I assume that Anaxa's exams are as unreasonable as the man himself.
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were
In the history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous great performer himself.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during... May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your religion...
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the flame chase journey. Our positions have been destined.
A droma straight in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an... Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by... Is something weighing
C'est
on
un
me,
peu drôle
Cass?
par contre, oui, que le
The
l'histoire de la
golden
raison
thread
l'ait
is
choisi lui, tu
quivering.
vois.
I sense there's more to this exchange.
With all due...
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger,
Just as I feared.
Je te crois bien avec les... Ouais.
the Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell.
Still, I can't help but hope for another. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's greet our guest. You're here. Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's...
Même.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as... Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is... However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means, from that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours. On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, there are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city. If...
Ça ressemble vraiment à un plan Z.
It looks like you know that
Memmy mem mem. Memmy mem mem mem. Memmy mem 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 mem. Memmy mem mem mem.
memories that exist outside.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of...
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber, and it is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return.
Oui, peut-être. Allons parler avec Castorice.
Mister, It's nothing. I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she... It just contains
On va
an
pas dans la
allegory.
deuxième, je la trouve vachement
In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia,
Oh,
a
il est si
dragon
bien,
corrupted by the black tide descended one day,
genre
swooping
tais-toi,
upon
en
the
fait.
city like death itself. It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and
Ah, ouais.
blood. However, having lost memories
Ah,
of her
d'accord.
previous life, the resurrected... The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering
En vrai,
boy who
l'histoire elle a l'air bien
traveled to
écrite, genre
many
ça donne envie de la
cities.
lire, tu vois.
Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It was as if she had yet to... That's right. Writing, drawing, and... Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the... Despite having
Ah bah,
visited
nous aussi.
many cities in Amphorius,
On connaît pas son histoire.
I still understand nothing about the world beyond this... forget it. Let's talk about this in the future.
Attends, on va voir Dan Heng. Il faut que je descende. I am on to see my husband. I'm happy to see my husband. Je vais me taper en fait.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
Ah, c'est Fainon. Qu'est-ce que vous faisiez? Non, j'arrête.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time.
Tu
This
m'appelles
is
partenaire
something
comme
that the
ça.
both of you should probably know. Good news. Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential. Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a citizens' during the assembly. The representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right. That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the citizens as... We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing strong. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But
Bah, les trois sont vrais, hein.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaia will surely take back Circe's core flame. But with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the
Ah bah oui.
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a
C'est pas
betrayal.
faux.
However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been... As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help... Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Orynyx will show more benevolence and be more go and rest and regain your strength. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want.
Je vous laisse lire ça, hein. Hop. Je vous laisse mettre pause. Moi je veux pas lire ça, donc hein. Voilà. Vous mettez pause, en vous vous débrouillez. Je voulais dire, oui, parce que j'ai pas voulu couper... Oh, j'ai des voeux à utiliser. J'ai pas voulu couper Finon. Mais en vrai, ça m'étonnerait pas que l'histoire ne finisse pas de suite. Genre qu'on parte pour une autre région sans que l'histoire soit finie, tu vois, ça m'étonnerait pas. Vu qu'il manque vachement d'héritiers chryséens. Bon, après, on avait toujours The Hertai qui était du coup en train de voir pour nous sauver, je crois, donc à voir, mais je serais pas choqué que l'histoire soit pas finie. T'inquiète pas. C'est clair. Vraiment.
Esteemed one, Orynyx is, if you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of...
J'ai avec cette équipe, ouais, écoute. Puisque bah de toute façon j'ai Jiaoqiu, je l'ai pas encore, enfin je l'ai monté. Il a monté de niveau, mais c'est tout ce qui est monté sur lui, quoi. J'ai pas d'artefact, j'ai pas les traces. Ok, il faut celui-ci. C'est un bouclier aussi? Non, si. Ah non. Pourquoi il a sa aventurine? Pourquoi il a sa aventurine? Ça, ok. Alors là... Attends 2 secondes. Aventurine. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette... que j'ai foutu? Après il y a de la défense, oui, mais c'est absolument pas le set qu'il lui faut. Pourquoi j'ai ça sur lui? Bon bah écoute, je suis bon pour farmer un peu de donjons pour les deux. Monter un peu les traces, mais de toute façon je vais pas pouvoir beaucoup les... Faut que je fasse des donjons aussi. Ok. j'en ai des trucs à faire. Hein. Bon, on va y aller avec cette équipe du coup.
Little Grey, and ma'am, your resolves cannot be questioned. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity. The divine position of Orynyx, as we can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before... The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle, that once belonged to the great veil of Evernight, it shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysos heirs. A traveler who is both of you, please.
Je suis désolé, mais t'es un peu plus proche d'une créature que d'une personne quand même.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
Ils auraient pu nous faire la réciter quand même, hein.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please.
On savait pas.
And so...
C'est bon, j'ai réussi.
Orynyx, their soul.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Oh.
Don't worry, you're tougher than I am.
Allons-y.
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that...
Although he loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, his determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. He will... While he's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Je vais lui dire, mon boyfriend il me manque, je peux aller le visiter s'il te plaît.
Speak.
Speak.
Slap, slap! Wake up! How is it? How do you feel? That's right! Look, look! I don't know what happened, but I'm able to talk! Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I have such a cute voice! It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations. Also, listen. The words of the Titan are
Mother, it hurts. Have I finally reached the end?
Orynyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak, we are going to help alleviate their pain.
Allons-y.
Broken. Where?
Mother?
Le Stellaron, c'est sa mère.
You. It's
You, Sky Father, has gazed upon you.
Père Céleste.
Mother is calling for you.
Oh wow. Ah. On sait pas. Ah, ça on sait pas non plus.
Mother is no. Something important.
Oryx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oryx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
You have potential willpower. Powerful. And but just
Lacking something.
Bah, être amphorien peut-être.
is a future.
What? Comment ça, il nous manque un avenir?
Future?
Peut-être qu'elle trouve qu'il est incertain, qu'elle n'arrive pas à lire dans le temps, quoi.
Traveler from the sky. You should
Ah.
have dissipated already. The gaze from the Sky Father stabilized your form.
Oh, wow.
Because from the moment you cross the sky, right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
What? How is that possible?
Et si c'était ça en fait l'épreuve?
The space. Someone must, if the pillar is lost and glorious. Time never forgives. Child of humanity, time. Restore.
Oryx's divinity is dissipating?
Strider, remember the fate of the world. Go and find, even if that means you'll have to
Oh,
challenge
wow.
them. Hand but shattered, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Oh. Avant les 15 heures? Oh non! Je voulais prendre une capture d'écran. Non, mais c'est pas drôle. Oui, c'est pas faux. C'était dans ça, j'avais vu. Ouais. En fait, j'avais été spoilé sur ça, sur le truc de Dan Heng, sur ce qu'il disait.
Hey, I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also... She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the...
Allons-y.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you.
Bah, il me l'a dit, Dan Heng.
The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you.
Bah, c'est pas une
I was
mauvaise
too
chose.
worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Bah non. Enfin, ce serait ridicule, quoi. Enfin, ils doivent savoir, de toute façon, on est l'épreuve. Du coup, l'épreuve n'est pas terminée, quoi.
Mister, I'm right here. Please stay there and... Please.
Oh. Je prends une petite capture d'écran, là.
Just as I expected.
Et si c'était nous, la mort?
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I'm sorry. I should have noticed. Mister,
On
if
aurait
my
rien
abrupt
pu faire,
behavior
je
just
pense.
now offended you, I'm just thinking. If your soul has really left your body, as a mortician...
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I... But, Mister, would you be willing to let me try again?
Bah oui, hein.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my... I seem to have caught a glimpse of some, but perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have clues. Just if you... the connection has been severed. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, mister. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of them. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise amphorious.
Fais vite parce qu'on a jusqu'à 15 heures, hein.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax.
Disappearing.
Pilou. Ce TP.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you. That's the medical prowess of the Twilight Co-
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give cipher. If anyone, and I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever met.
Ouais, vraiment.
Don't take it to heart, partner. After all...
But before that...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. But it's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact.
In the end...
I earnestly hope that your assessment of otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I over the past millennia.
Super. Oh non, moi je voulais en savoir plus sur nous. Attends. Oh.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm
Non,
is
elle est mieux,
covered in a
celle de
silk-like
Castorice.
fog, and the land is
Il est stylé,
barren.
hein, mais.
Excuse me!
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps...
Tell me, which titan reigns over this?
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this...
Then where is this? River of Soul?
The Nether Realm, Titan. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled finger. I look in the direction they are pointing.
J'ai essayé
and
d'écouter, tu
listen
n'as pas dit, hein.
closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing. The sound of tide. I can hear it. I hear it. Deep within the tides. A voice. About...
Child of humanity. Is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgent... Oh, you have awoken. Well, your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems...
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
15 days.
Ah,
and
mais
nights.
15 heures, c'est 15 jours.
What is it? Are you finally starting...
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little... Stop giggling. It's time for us to go.
Let me ask you one more question.
What betrayal is the...
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so
There will be a price to pay for blind faith.
You truly are a
Super,
teacher.
c'est vraiment la caca.
Of course.
Voilà.
This is how I've always been.
C'est super. Bah, tout va bien, hein, chez nous. Allons-y, hein.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lording. It's been a while, though I greet you on behalf of all...
It's you. I never...
By carefully into Lantern above.
There are anti-Catherians here? They...
I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Ligus.
Ça va,
Holding an
c'est
honorary
compliqué ton nom.
position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right...
You can see...
You know about us. We anti-Catherians perceive the world through, just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our...
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words.
May I interpret this?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Ornyx, while I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's citizens, let's forego the formality of asserting authority.
Very well. She's been waiting. Is there Something.
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend.
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time.
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly...
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to...
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance deemed it beneath them.
Could you...
Circes, the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain.
Oh.
That very well could be true.
In that case...
It's worth a try. Because I completely concur with you on this as...
Oh, c'est pas stylé. Toujours solliciter cette leçon en fait.
Please, Professor.
Un peu smash le robot quand même, hein. Non? Trouvez pas?
The children of humanity.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries that only esteemed beings grace this place. And among them, I've received priests, scholars,
Once deemed a blasphemer.
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly, in the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but...
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to...
As you wish.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out...
Save your concerns.
Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait.
Off you go. I won't. This Titan appears to be quite at ease.
Be aware. Like if...
Moi j'avais pas particulièrement amusé à aller regarder s'il y avait des peintures d'elle.
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Ah bah juste on se promène, d'accord.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide.
You could say it's the fates toying with them.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who chase gold. So, are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no... Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents.
Ouais.
No surprises there, though shit.
Being an opportunist could very...
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself?
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between... But it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you...
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you...
Oh, un petit coffre. Give me, I want the coffre. The treasure.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Toi, ferme ta bouche. Hein.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had done...
As Kefali's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respect?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that, as I see it, a dead Titan can't provide you with this level of confidence.
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for...
Seeing as we were able to...
Oh my, what a thrilling...
Are you praising or...
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance.
Didn't you hear me? I asked...
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Oh, my.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could...
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how...
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself.
Of course I find such stylistic... For all we know, this could be the answer to the question...
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I...
Was this the reason why...
Since you are aware of this...
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to say...
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawn Cloud this time... What, then, is the intention...
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So...
Then don't mind... Oh my... Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages...
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean...
Since this is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that...
So there are other members in your...
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, it won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories.
Oh, the black tide is...
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course.
This...
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant corner.
Oh, I remember that person.
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls, since all living things stem from the same origin.
Anaxa? But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, You're beloved. Where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to...
Calm down, teacher. She's still not in the mortal realm. It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip. Equivalent exchange.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it.
Cette cinématique, enfin cette illustration, appelle ça comme tu veux.
Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself.
You're right, teacher.
I am sincerely glad for you.
I would
continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue...
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood. I may have lost an eye, but my view... I have grasped the truth with my
c'est
bare
pour ça qu'il a un
hands.
cache-œil du coup.
Watch as I turn this farcical world.
Ooh, however, this story doesn't seem to be...
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the... My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me.
Unfortunately, even...
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned reason type...
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance...
Now I understand.
Nope. Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on...
Is that...
Lord Anaxa.
Hmm?
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering... I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is...
Allons-y. Bon, pas hâte de savoir ce qui se passe. Et me refoutez pas un autre point de vue. SVP, alors moi je veux savoir ce qui se passe. Arrêtez de faire des sons
I
pour
didn't
les points de
expect
vue.
you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Oui, et ben moi je regarde pas, donc.
He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Eh ben, comment on fait déjà? Ah, je suis en train d'utiliser le mauvais côté.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what
I am
being a scholar
fast.
is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only...
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Ça marche. Déjà vu.
Welcome to the...
Lord
Ah, mais c'est elle,
Anaxagoras.
j'avais oublié que
I've
c'était
heard
elle.
so much about you.
Je l'aime
Head
pas.
of the Nusporists of
Elle a
the
pas fait
Grove
grand-chose,
of
mais je l'aime pas.
Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears... Did I miss anything?
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gift. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a...
Everyone, stand.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is...
So, you wish to...
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are
Alors, je suis pas sûr
calling
qu'il
for war,
réclame la
we
guerre,
will
hein.
respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display them. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation...
What brazen arrogance.
Ouais.
What...
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you, but now that you're an ally of ours,
Il t'a pas dit que vous
we
étiez alliés,
can
hein.
continue talking somewhere else.
Il a dit qu'il voulait
As you
bien
know, these walls
parler, hein, c'est tout, hein.
have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters.
Welcome back to the hub of the Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public. This time may the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrites. Oh my, 15 days in...
Using death to prove myself, it's my intention.
What strong conviction you have.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the common...
Well, you say that now, but
Surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive.
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still...
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaia covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need that you're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just... Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers.
Allons-y, je
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time, and admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league?
I believe you're aware of Castorice the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaia had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I has compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core...
I understand. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen.
Pardon.
However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaia are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as... Tell me, what are you willing to do for our citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our
Tu peux me dire
own
ce que tu
sake?
fais? Tu vas faire quoi du coup? Tu vas empêcher le plan des gars? Et du coup, bah, va plus y avoir personne pour protéger la ville? La marée noire elle arrive, mince alors. Tu m'expliques? C'est là il y avait pas Mayday qui était devenu demi-dieu, donc héritier chryséen, qui sera en train de sauver le monde. Bah tu n'existerais plus en fait. Donc après je sais pas tout hein, mais je pense qu'il faut un petit peu réfléchir aussi.
Although the circumstances are rather unfortunate from an objective point of view, it is the Council of Elders needs more backing if it wishes to topple Aglaia. And it's evident that the Academy wields, at the very least, I have served as the Grove's special envoy to Akama for a significant...
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee?
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized... As the Theoros, I have observed the following.
Oh. Well, I do believe...
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, so tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaia...
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no... However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. No, more like two. At the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who...
Oh? How can you...
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that if Aglaia can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop. Is this the outcome that you wish to see?
Fine. I will, but you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma, unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and can...
Well, what do you...
I've got to say that you've managed to...
Dying to know what I'm after.
Moi aussi, oui.
I'm the reason, Titan, after all.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros.
J'ai pas compris. J'ai pas compris.
Unexpected. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me. I have no reason to refuse you.
You may not, but kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths. Are you still willing to let him pass?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free.
How convenient.
It is truly my honor to speak. Please, go ahead.
Ah ouais, du coup, il va...
A bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain.
Qui n'avait pas donné de nouvelles de lui, un truc genre?
Since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Let me have it.
Go on ahead. Take this.
I have to admit, I never expected you.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're...
I hope things go as you...
But it is my hope that you bring him.
Ah, merci de me laisser récupérer mon coffre.
Seek, and you will find.
23 heures. Ok. Je pourrais rester encore 1 heure max, je pense. Faut voir comment. Peut-être que je dépasserai un petit peu, mais j'espère pas particulièrement rester plus.
Honestly, this is my
What a splendid view.
Well, I don't... And even though I've come this far...
I must be getting ahead of...
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some... Alright, we're just a short hike.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life...
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight.
Why? I know how...
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to get...
Wait. Hey.
Huh?
Do we even...
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias?
It's unfortunate. The black tide destroyed every last inch.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios. From their prized ores and molten fire.
Hey, Circes.
Nias? No. Not that I remember.
I just saw him. Naya.
No, I have...
Alors pas vraiment, nous on connaît, hein.
This is
Castor. Nicador. Écoute, c'est pas ma faute si Acheron, Astarion et Cazador, Nicador, ça se ressemble. C'est pas de ma faute. J'ai trop joué à BG3 ces temps-ci. J'ai fait peu de...
Enough about me.
Well.
Seems like the price...
House. I've never heard of this person.
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come...
Let's just hope...
Hey! Are you seeing that?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but...
Chaos.
Never mind. I think I know what is the souls of people.
What? But... if those are the souls of the dead...
Beats me. For all let's just keep going.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I'm...
Fine.
Oui, bien sûr.
If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing. So...
of course. If I knew we had to clap...
I guess this also counts as one aspect of...
Keep your sarcasm to yourself. I would I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Calypso? She can't be. Hey, Circes. They're gone.
Disparu.
Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
On y est là, non?
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now?
Where are you now?
Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk.
We're here. Finally. So, very well then. Let me... So... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides. This time...
Since we've come this far...
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to...
Yes, and we've been waiting.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's...
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense chaos, and besides, we both know Chaos's nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily.
C'est Fainon, ça.
Much less give up on all that he holds deep.
That reminds me. Why?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are found.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else.
Everything that I see and hear this time, what may seem like a mundane conversation, is that the conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from... But no, I will, because another one of my conjectures, one that I am fusing a mortal soul with that of a titan to replace...
J'ai pas compris. Point de vue de Dan Heng, d'accord.
What are you? Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be... Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I... Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Cersei's. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny?
Danny. Oh.
After all, the titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves. But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we... It's just...
Donc nouvelle information, on sait que c'est
I
Aquila qui
never
est
thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off.
responsable
As
de
a
notre
physician,
bal.
I should have been there by his side. Yeah, there's no rest. In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters... Have you forgotten that you're talking...
Oh wow, il y en a des choses. Oui, les Aïons c'est vraiment comme des êtres suprêmes. Processus de sélection, pourquoi? Où le chemin? Ah. Sur le chemin. Je me demande si on arrive à nous sauver sur cette mise à jour ou pas. Je sais pas jusqu'où va l'histoire. On est en 2 points combien? Je vous laisse lire, hein. Allez, c'est parti. Heureusement qu'il y a les trucs de vitesse. Hein.
Stream 4.
Really now? Or you could sit back and... I'm kidding, Danny. Let me...
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Ah.
Destined for oblivion.
J'attends ça, juste quand même. S'il y a certains trucs qui pouvaient être plus courts, franchement, je dirais pas non, parce que vraiment...
I weep for the departed.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
It too shall fall.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Alors peut-être que c'est un fait narratif et que c'est fait exprès. Hein. métaphore, tu vois, du titan de... qui est allé pour ça, qui est pas mort tout en temps, tout ça.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
C'est exprès de faire durer la quête, tu vois.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Je pense que je cherche un petit peu trop loin, peut-être.
The black tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. Anyway, never mind that for now.
Comme d'habitude, hein, je vous laisse lire.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever yet. It is also this very blasphemer that Cersei's favors. Oh, let me have a look. By the looks of them, these... Sure, go ahead. The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, as the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always... If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro...
Vraiment, merci, même moi j'ai
Nearly
compris.
everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a Newsporists primarily study the application. Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that hasn't... Anaxa often says that, perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a that's what I'd like to know. What are... I have a bad feeling about this.
I have bad
Hearing more what happened at the Grove.
Tout petit, tout. Pardon. Mais si elle a dit que t'as pas filmé par petit, c'est pas de ma faute. Ok.
This is the Library of Philia. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophy had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocar... Nice. No need to hold yourself back, Danny. Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Catch. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long.
Allez, alors ramassons des parchemins. Ah, super. Je fais le tour. Je fais le tour. Ah ouais, il y en a plein partout, genre.
It's so... I can already see what they must have written. Why else would they call him the Great Performer? Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created...
C'est vrai, je suis en train de me dire
They
qu'elle limitait
marched
bien
him
aussi.
straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. The first allegation was... Do you agree that... Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame chase journey and posited that, needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer. So they thought you claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiled. Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. It was only after a brief silence that he answered. Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's first, by the way, this stack of complaint letters, I'm talking about Anaxa's... It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places. With the grove in this state, I'm sure in that...
Mais non, t'inquiète. Il va même pas le savoir. Allons-y.
This is the place, but materials for alchemical experiments... Matrix... No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre material. Huh?
Allons voir, hein. Ça je lis parce que ça a l'air vachement intéressant quand même.
Going on? It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new tourists have... now... It seems Anaxa's objective was... Danny? Look at...
Okay.
My biggest fear. Anaxa was carrying out Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something
Est-ce
he
que tu
had
crois
to
que
keep
ça
hidden
va
from others.
peut-être
Compared to
porter,
his public speeches, this
pouvoir
is
être
the real
utilisé dans
blasphemy.
le dialogue là? Genre on va le donner à Aglaé et être là en mode ah, moi je vais utiliser ça contre lui.
Oh. Do you remember when the black tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send. That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the corp? Put yourself in his shoes, knowing that the black tide was close. Exactly. When the black tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was... No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. The manuscripts detailing like, what? There's no... He's after Kefali.
Alors oui.
Sir, this sky above us.
Of course not. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about, much like how the sky above the holy city...
So, the sky...
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only often people know more than they let on.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gaze...
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of...
Why?
Because we'll face... As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has... But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of...
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me...
You're right. Go. Establish. Find out what we are. Become the...
Child of you didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just...
If I were as foolish as Adromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the god.
Before such power...
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they call me a blasphemer. As I see it, Titans are simply a force.
Oh, if power that rivals the Titan...
Why stop at harnessing? The source of life is what I wish to grasp. To understand what makes... Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist. How then is a soul born?
And by the sound of it...
No. I have already drawn a conclusion.
Professor Anaxa, I'm here.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you... However, in accordance with the principle of equivalence...
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might...
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone.
I see.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos's web?
Before I begin, I must confess, as unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they aren't. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier.
Anaxa, you...
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event.
Because that wasn't you. That...
Calypso.
Huh? That's the... And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about the answer is evident. Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air. Does this answer?
Yes, because
even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer.
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't
you can...
Humans cannot return from the dead. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all...
Ok, ça sert la cinématique stylée. Non. Non.
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Arrêtez de faire ça. Qu'est-ce que j'en ai marre. Il m'énerve. Qu'est-ce qu'ils sont relous. Tout le temps quand il se passe quelque chose, tu passes sur un autre truc et tout, c'est bon. Une fois ça va, 2 fois ça va, tout le temps c'est chiant.
Kefali? But what could it...
That is not... He is indeed the great performer. Capable of fooling anyone and... No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Till then...
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing!
It's been a while.
Oleg d'enfant. Oleg? Oleg, c'était pas le gars dans Bellobug?
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that...
It has indeed been some time, Lord Crateros.
Shh. Keep it down. Be more vigilant. See, those duplicitous have already ordered my people to hold them back. But we should still lay low. Unless you're...
My bad.
Did you hear thunderclaps last night? Hacker.
What? He's been through a lot lately. Please pardon him.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually...
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you...
You have my gratitude.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious Kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoan.
That's...
Looks like you can see it.
We should get back.
By Kefali into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
Aglaya, what?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past...
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long, that I hardly have any humanity left. Before this has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps
Yes, this is...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support, there is no glory in winning this debate. But that makes having respect for humans so much...
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya.
Oh non. Pas un débat.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, yet in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the city. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova? Or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia
tu y retournes en fait?
Now, which of the two would lead?
Ça, c'est la question que je me pose.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten.
Let the three titans of calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those titans. Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages. And Castorice, Idonia's goddess. With the help of these two heroes, I can promise...
Aren't they Chrysos heirs?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos.
Era Chrysia! Castorice? Why are you standing?
You finally arrived, and...
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Tell me, dear citizen, if we successfully retreat and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone past...
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live.
He's one of the 7 sages.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists...
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere?
Quoi? Mais c'est lui-même qui a été attaqué par la marée noire et tout le monde le sait, non? C'est pas ça.
Oh. Citizens, let's loudly...
After the destruction of the 3 titans of calamity, the
This is bad.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on...
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. For Castorice, Idonia's goddess...
What? With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorice brings back. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you...
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this citizens' assembly shall be modified to the system.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has...
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey has been preordained...
Well then.
Alors là, je suis vraiment perdu sur leur plan, franchement.
that when I sent you to look for Anaxa...
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have meant...
In that case...
In actuality, a past...
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier.
Anaxa?
Yes, I am but a living...
Mais ça on l'a vu, mais t'es pas obligé de me le rappeler. Voilà, ça je vais aller voir par contre.
Have you heard of this tale? A tale about the ocean gods. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful until one day, an evil dragon descended. It barged into the tall tower and devoured. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace. The princess was reborn. The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the poor still. The souls of the deceased refused entry to the nether realm because they were filled with regret. The terrifying death had consumed all.
Until? Oh my... It seems so. According to... And yet...
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how...
Oh, my goodness. Is this...
C'est clair.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this.
Dragon, huh? I've heard...
In that case, what do you...
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations.
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as...
A fable, you say?
I guess it might be the
Oh? I thought the moral might be clear. What?
No. I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle.
Indeed. As expected of the...
You flat...
Of course. What is your...
If I imparted my... Would you use it to resurrect?
What? What kind of strange question is this?
Oh.
Oui.
Death is inevitable. If such a mighty... After all, you... me... My time is finally here.
You shall wither, and through that, it is a pity that fate...
Is there no other way of interpreting?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and... I'm afraid that the prophecy might be... My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. How absurd. My time is almost up, but what should we do?
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end...
That's right. Don't...
Trial, prophecy...
Mais donc ils ont déjà fait une
that they're discussing
chasse.
seem familiar.
Celui-ci. Enfin, je comprends pas.
But these three people must not have left their name.
Amphorius's history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that I have long held three hypotheses.
Calypso and this warrior.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you...
Of course.
Looks like you have made up your...
Yes, this...
Completely separating courage, honor. You...
Please, young lady. Witness my fault.
I do not understand.
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will furthermore. A valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps since there's still time, I'm not what...
Of course. As the embodiment of Mikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us. That That means that what I'm...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. If so, the chosen one of...
Polixia... is the...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she was...
but before that, we first need to witness what...
Ça va, ça fait 30 fois qu'on en parle de la fin du Seigneur Neus, non? On connaît. Bon.
Nikador's courage...
I've heard that these words are still engraved in...
Honor. And finally...
Cheer up, young lady.
All farewells in this world. Although only a sliver of your soul remains.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. I am just enjoying what...
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken now, I have reached the journey's end. When I look back...
But when you depart the mortal realm, separation and death are two sides of the same coin.
Finally, the first time I returned from the battlefield,
Par contre,
I
j'aime bien leurs
felt
histoires et tout, mais là, c'est
extremely
long.
hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in this. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a cup? To my surprise, he shrugged it.
How does someone who is currently Now please, go away and don't block...
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living...
That's exactly what life is, and death is. But a scale to measure how valuable the journey. Therefore, young lady...
The embodiment of strife, telling me about the...
Indeed, it is time for me to knock on death's door. When that moment finally comes...
I knew this day would eventually come. Are the both of...
Polixia, I'm here. What?
This is quite
Is this... Is it... Now, it's time for us to fulfill... Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remain. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends...
Even if it was prophesied, do we have no... Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was the one who... Wait.
I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination, it was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flower. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice.
How could my memories...
Well then, what exactly are we?
Je suis sûr que là, elle avait besoin de philosophie, tu vois. Je pense qu'elle avait plus besoin d'un câlin qu'autre chose.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is what... We're twins, after... All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract... After that, use it to plant the first bud.
If I imparted my knowledge, would you use it to
Death, if such a mighty power were even now. This is why, sister, in the prophesized new world, go now. Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl. I shall open wide the entrance to the nether realm. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead. And do not stop to ask for the price of our...
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being. So I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born,
Oui, ça, c'est ce que j'ai compris, c'est qu'il y avait déjà
These heroes followed a
prophétie
prophecy
avec
and took possession of divine authorities one
voilà,
by
on cherche
one,
des
until they
titans et
eventually became the
s'accaparer le
pantheon
pouvoir des
of the
titans.
new
C'est ce que j'ai
world.
compris.
Just like the flame chase journey of today.
What a startling revelation.
Je suis content parce qu'ils nous ont expliqué pourquoi
who
le
bear
truc
the core
des titans,
flames
c'était pas bien.
will also become
Parce que
the new titans at the world's end.
ils étaient tous en train de dire oui, fin à la chasse aux lumières et tout, aux flammes divines et tout. Ouais, mais si t'arrêtais comme ça sans rien faire d'autre, tu courais à ta perte, tu vois. Donc là, c'est bien parce que du coup, ils nous ont expliqué qu'on peut faire autrement en fait.
I believe that this is the truth behind.
This is besides those twins in the past. Even if they...
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town? In our world, there exists a city which perfectly...
But the people there worship Lagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I've also never been to that place.
Take this.
This is...
Take this.
The new Sporist masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion. To think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to
You still look as
simple. I shall merely admit, however, my line of thinking will not fail, because I have already planted the actions speak louder than words, Castorice. With the
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing, but before I leave...
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step.
I understand.
Là, oui, avec un tel argumentaire, ok, oui, tu vois.
Don't get antsy. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous...
I merely wanted, if so, rebirth.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost. Now I'm merely forsaking my body.
Why are you always finding...
This is but a necessary...
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all?
No. It's just it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this.
Allez, on va y arriver. On va y arriver.
That's...
Lady Aglaia, you know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kindness desire to gain the power to control that core flame. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, but I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be upon us. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But the Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who... A world without death.
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will... Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad... Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is not go, I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has achieved Castorice. I too look forward to your...
I hate to put a damper. If Styxia is now an island surrounded by the...
The answer is quite in the myths. Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to... And if they could do that, then it follows that the demi... I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow.
J'aimerais savoir où j'en suis de la fin de l'histoire. Savoir si j'arrête là ou si je continue plus tard. J'essaie de regarder, voir si je trouve. Si je regarde sur YouTube, s'il n'y a pas un genre un let's play qui l'a déjà fait, tu vois. Ça je l'ai fait, comme ça je l'ai pas fait. Donc j'en suis à la moitié, à peu près. Oh waouh. D'accord. Donc je peux m'arrêter là. J'en suis à peu près à la moitié. C'est dingue. Franchement, c'est pénible qu'ils fassent des quêtes aussi longues. Après ça va, j'y suis arrivé en 2h25, même pas 2h du coup. Donc ça va pas me prendre 8 heures à moi, parce que j'avance assez vite. Mais ça prend du temps quand même. Bon, bah, du coup on verra ça la prochaine fois. Hein. Mais c'est vrai qu'ils sont pénibles à... Je vais peut-être parler à même quand même. Ils sont pénibles à faire des quêtes aussi longues, genre vraiment il y a des trucs qui pourraient passer, tu vois.
What a glorious defeat. Well, moving on. I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Only 32. Really? Oh, that's... Oh, you're right.
Ah non, je me suis pas relancé dans un truc, j'espère. Ah non.
Cass, Lady Treeby, is something troubling you? No matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, I don't...
Is that a figure of... In the past,
Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding.
Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardship. We are just happy for you. That the corp...
Isn't it a little too soon to...
But you already know where tomorrow is. There is no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all, because we embrace others to comfort them.
Thank you, Lady. This feeling... It's hard to put into words.
Then go do it. Catrian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. So, let's meet back...
Eh ben... C'est mon chéri. Ah, est-ce qu'on serait... Est-ce qu'on se laisserait... Ah. Je pensais que c'était Dan Heng. En plus j'allais dire est-ce qu'on se laisserait pas dessus, genre pour laisser du suspense. Bah non. Je vais peut-être quand même laisser du suspense. Et voir plus tard ce qu'elle veut nous dire. Je vais m'arrêter là. Et donc normalement la prochaine fois on finit la quête. J'essaierai de pas faire dans trop longtemps la suite de la quête parce que j'ai trop envie de savoir ce que c'est et j'ai pas envie d'être spoilé. Voilà. Donc soyez pas surpris s'il y a un nouveau stream HSR dans pas longtemps. Voilà. Bref, on va se laisser, on se retrouve peut-être demain. Et on verra si je continue HSR. Peut-être en vrai. Comme ça on fait toute la quête d'un coup. Ou si je fais... Wuthering Wave, je sais pas où j'en suis là. Je sais pas si j'ai fini l'histoire ou s'il y avait encore de la suite à faire. Enfin, je sais plus. Voilà. Donc, je sais pas. On verra bien. On verra bien. Bref. Toujours est-il que je vous laisse. On se retrouve demain, certainement. Peut-être pas, je sais pas. Si pas demain, on se retrouve mardi. Voilà. Des bisous.